What's going on, everybody? How are y'all doing on this wonderful Friday night? We've got, I think, 5 or 6 really good video clips for you guys here on the Lowdown. Nikki is unfortunately not with us, so we're dude broing it out tonight.
Yep.
Nikki's got another potential eye infection, so she's getting that taken care of.
Yep. She has to do that.
Yeah.
Hey, Selective's in the chat. Look at Selective, Jared.
Yeah.
Wearing your shirt.
Representing.
Yep.
I've got Husbandry Pro on, but I can't move right now.
Okay.
I've got the gray and black Husbandry Pro.
Oh, right on.
Like it.
Well, how you doing today?
Oh, just fabulous. Just no complaints.
Awesome.
You know.
How's chat? Who do we got in there?
A lot of people in here. We got Sophia, Jared, John. Keys is in here.
What's up, T Keys?
Yeah, Rose in here.
Awesome.
319 Reptiles. I'm squinting because it's so far away. I'm like,
There's Nikki. I'm having FOMO. LOL. Wish I was there. Whoops.
Oh, I clicked it off too quick. Oh, now we're battling.
It's a click off. Wish I was there, not waiting at the eye doctor instead. Yeah, we wish you were here too. But we'll manage. We'll muddle through.
Yeah, you know, we're going to do it. We might not do it well, but we're going to do it.
Yep. Do you want to get started with our first video? You know the deal, chat. What we're doing tonight is we're just going over some of the videos from the last week, giving you the lowdown, some interesting things that maybe you didn't see, maybe you did see. Not a replacement for watching the videos, just a way for you to see what you might have missed.
And some of these might not even be on your radar. So we might be introducing you to new content.
Yep. Here we go. Window. All right, you want to introduce this?
I can't see it.
Oh. Can't see it on here? Okay.
No. I physically can't see that far.
Oh, okay. Awesome. So this is Matt Burton visiting with Adam from Proper Royals, and he and his wife just had their first baby. And so they're making, major life change upon major life change. I remember what that was like. Kurt, you remember what that was like?
Yep. Lots of time spent changing diapers and filling up bottles.
Yep. And so he is going full time. And so he used to think of things one way. And so now he's thinking of things a different way. But here. You do that too, right, Kurt? You guys breed rodents for sale?
Yeah.
No sound, guys.
No sound.
No.
What did we do? How do we fix it?
I but know. So when I play this, you hear no sound.
I don't hear anything. No.
You're hearing no sound in StreamYard when you do that. All right. So I'm going to stop screen, present, share screen, and I'm going to share the individual Chrome tab and share tab audio. Try this. See if this works.
Retire when I'm 70. Yeah. I've fallen out of that style of thinking. It's like, if I can do this and I can work for myself on my own, sure, let's do that. But as far as like the other like side hustle type things, probably just from the start, it'll be this And then I'll likely ramp up my rodent production as well. And I'll probably just start selling a decent amount of rodents there.
All good now. Great. Glad to hear it.
Perfect.
So you do that, right? You guys sell rodents in addition to what you make for yourself.
Yeah. So that is at least what we have found is like that's the way to, or that can be the way to keep yourself afloat while you're waiting for your production to ramp on the snake side.
Yeah.
It was been kind of hit and miss, but now we've got a handful of people that we can keep their orders satisfied with the size range they want, and it can be quite lucrative. It's kind of dependent on the area, from what we understand, because at the end of the day, people here, to an extent, don't care as long if you have to either be at or a little under what Rodent Pro or other places will sell, but it can still be quite lucrative, you know.
Yeah,
you know, $300-400 rat orders, and I mean, we've all heard the people that have $1,000 a week rat bills to feed their collection,
right? Like,
so it can be very, very lucrative.
I'm going to share the next tab. It's a bummer because the way I'm doing it now. Yeah, it won't let me do it that way. Is this what it is? Yeah, maximizing sales at reptile expos. And this is Troy from Balls and Strikes. And in this interview on Trap Talk, he talks about how excellent the Southeast Reptile Show is.
Entire team Bob has going on over there.
So the show itself is by far the best show I've ever vended, been associated with, as far as venue and his staff.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. All his guys are unbelievable. Mary, unbelievable. All of them.
Mary, we have to get Mary entire.
So didn't you find that to be true when we went?
Oh yeah, it was by far the most professional reptile show I've ever seen. The venue was clean, it was well lit, it was in a really good location with easy access, ample parking, and then all the staff was really nice, made sure you had everything you needed, load in, load out help, which is pretty much unheard of from what I understand.
Yeah, man. Absolutely unheard of.
Yeah, setting it up right.
So, you know, we are, Troy is really someone I think is just right at the cusp of greatness. He's really, he's doing great stuff, and he's getting into the big venues. He vended Tinley October. I think he's vending again in March. And he's really got it all going on, and he's vended the past 2 times in Atlanta at Bob's shows. Just love that guy, and he's really someone to be watching.
Yeah, super friendly too. When we walked up and talked to him, and just shot the breeze.
He and his wife are cruise aficionados. He knows everything about cruises and vacationing, and it's amazing. They gamble on these things, and so when they do, they get free cruises all the time. It's amazing.
That's hard to beat, a free cruise.
I know. All right, you want to set this one up with the chevron, Venezuelan chevron?
This is one where I can't remember the guy's name, but he's talking about what he prefers when setting up enclosures for arboreal tarantulas. And let me tell you, they're pretty slick looking.
This is Tom Moran. That's his name.
Tom Moran. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, when I'm working with arboreals, I like to work top down. So normally when I do feeding and maintenance, I go top down. However, when rehousing, sometimes it's easier to point the arboreals in here, poke them, they go in, they go there, they can't escape. So I love having both front and top access. They have a little privacy panel on the back. This is the orange one. Now they come in black, white, opaque white, a bunch of other colors. I kind of like the orange because personally, when I'm working with arboreals, I like.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, that's ideal because some of these species are very quick moving. One of the ones that we purchased recently, once we got it out of its shipping tube, it took off pretty quick. And Nikki's going, oh my gosh, help me. Where'd it go? If we would have had something like that, problem solved.
So that's a tarantula crib, right?
Yes.
Dr. Mo will be with us on the Epic event, the Epic conference, speaking on a panel with the gals from the Wild Type podcast. And they're going to talk about how he does amazing custom things for streamers. He does custom setups and so they've partnered. He's partnered with them and Tarantula Cat and other people to do some great stuff like that. This orange panel in the back is for privacy, and you might say, well, that's letting in a lot of light, but he puts it towards the back of the wall, and then with that orange acrylic there, it really helps.
Yeah. And like he was saying, they have different clarities and different colors. It not only does it look nice on your display, it's beneficial to the animals.
Yeah.
I believe this is what we have for our jumping spider. It's a little bit different. The top is.
Mm-hmm.
However, I mean, it's like you said, it's branded, marketed for the vendor we purchased it from.
Yep.
So it's really cool what they do. And
I'm not a spider keeper, so I had not really thought of this idea of arboreal versus ground-based spiders, but yeah.
Yeah. I feel like these price point are a little bit expensive, but they are worth every cent.
Yeah, I saw some really cool stuff in Atlanta. Guy had hexagon tubes, and they had oxygen holes in them all the way around, and he had a little substrate in there, and he was showing off his geckos, his crested geckos in these, and you could see all sorts of different angles on the gecko that you couldn't see if it was in like a deli cup or something like that. It was really cool.
Yeah, really nice professional looking setup.
All right, next we have our friend Brian Cusco. Who we featured on our social media today, also going to be on Epic as a speaker. You want to set this one up, Kurt?
Yeah. So Brian and his wife selected several different ball pythons from the Palm Street, auctions, and I think they did 5, and then they did 5. I believe it was crested geckos, and it's just kind of a fun game. And I couldn't believe how dead on he was with the actual pricing. He was really close on everything.
Let's keep clipping. I should know kind of roughly. I'm gonna guess like, let's see, pastel calico ball python. How about $100? $100. We'll start a nice average $100. Seems like a reasonable price. Maybe 120.
What do you think in chat? What do you think this pastel calico ball python is going to go for on Palm Street? I don't know if many people have really checked out Palm Street for ball pythons. It's really starting to get a little traction. The geckos definitely are getting traction. So
yeah, geckos are doing very well there.
0.1 pastel calico ball python. What should it get? Okay. We got Genetic Fusion, Clint at 125. We got Wiz at 75. We got John Morforge, $80. Let's see what he says.
I don't know. Here's you got time. I'm gonna put a countdown timer right here. so that you can take your 10 seconds, place your guess, and then we'll reveal it here. Yeah, I'm going for 120. Final answer. All right, let's see what we got. 125. Boom! It's so close. Are we doing prices right?
125.
Right on the money.
Clint nailed it.
We're assuming it wasn't cheating though, and already seen this video.
You know, there have been people that you know, have done tens of thousands of dollars in reptile sales in just one sale. You know, I know that's
already.
true for Altitude Exotics. Did a Black Friday sale on Palm Street that was just insane, and it was a giant event, and they moved incredible volume. I'm sure your mileage may vary, and it depends on the following and how large you can get your audience to be, and all that, and what kind of animals you're selling.
Exactly.
You know. But it's pretty fun.
They do have another nice feature. I believe, and I don't know how the ins and outs work, but one of the features I have seen recently is what they call a purge. And there was I can't remember who was just selling them, but somebody had ball pythons on there that they had listed as a purge, which is kind of like a buy it now. So they set a reasonable price, and then it'll just sit on there for your X amount of time, which is, I think it was like 8 hours or 10 hours. You can go on and just be like, oh, I want that. Buy it now.
Interesting. Purge, though. Why call it a purge? That's
I feel like it comes from the plant people, where they have potentially tons of cuttings.
Oh, gotcha.
And they're just trying to move them.
Yeah, it would come from plant people for sure. We got some more people out there. We got Jeff from Bald Head Balls. How you doing, my brother?
Hey, Jeff.
John from Mission Morphs. Good to see you.
How's it going, man?
Sorry, we're because it's just the two of us, and we're not used to driving. We got a lot of people in chat. We're not.
Yeah, Craig's really taking the wheel. I'm not. Nikki knows better than to let me have control. I don't know what I'm doing.
You know, somebody I really like and respect and love his content is Clint from Clint's Reptiles. And he's got a new video out about sand boas, and he covers all 17 species of sand boas. Here's him sort of talking about one of them.
The sand boa that you know. It is found in part of Europe, Asia, and Africa, and everywhere in between. It gets to about 80 centimeters, so neither huge nor small for a sand boa. Generally, it looks a lot like a Kenyan sand boa, but the coloration is more variable. They tend to be some sort of dark with lighter, irregular dorsal markings.
This was an incredible video. He went over every detail. I couldn't have been more impressed
and he does it. How long is the full video? Watch full video. 22 minutes long. He does these deep dives that are really concentrated. That's pretty amazing to cover 17 species in 22 minutes. Amazing. I like these that are a little before, with the derpy eyes on top that are way on top. Arabians, I believe they are. Anyway.
So there was a vendor at Southeast that had basically nothing but sand boas. And Nikki was in agreement. We could not believe how big these things can actually get.
Yeah.
They were like as thick as a blood. They were huge.
And colorful.
Very bright. The one I think that caught our attention was like a bright red color.
Yep.
Or orange. I'm not sure which off the top of my head. But I mean, when I say bright, I mean one of the brightest snakes I've ever seen.
Next, the cosplay award goes to Chameleon Academy. All right, in chat, tell us who he's cosplaying. Many of you must know who he's cosplaying here.
One of the largest animes ever. I think it's got like 1,122 episodes currently.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's
I don't
pretty
see
sick.
anything in chat. We got to give him a few seconds. Let's see what he has to say about chameleons.
It's just I've never been without talking about chameleons, learning about chameleons, having chameleons, breeding chameleons, doing all sorts of things. So I would say I wish that my my passion was like software or something, but it isn't.
That's a great quote.
So he does these long form Q&As with his audience, kind of like what most people would do with like a Patreon.
Yeah.
And they're really informative, and he's got a quite ample website with all the support and information you could ever want on it. Really cool guy.
Watch this, especially if you want to learn about UVB for chameleons or UVB in general. He's got some good stuff in there about that. But this was basically his answer to what started your interest in chameleons and when was the first one you got. And his response is basically, I've never known a time when when he wasn't into them.
Yeah,
All
this
right,
guy lives and breathes chameleons.
Luffy is right. Is it Luffy? Luffy. It's something D. Luffy, right?
Monkey D. Luffy.
Monkey D.
Clint's
Luffy.
on fire today.
Yep. The from One Piece.
Yeah. Have you seen any of the One Piece TCG stuff?
No, I haven't.
The cards look amazing. They're from what I understand, they're pretty hard to find. They're kind of exploding like Pokemon. They just recently came out, and you have a bunch of people, buying up everything they can get and selling them on their online stores.
So it's a new game, huh?
I believe so. I believe it's like within the last year.
Well, certainly they have the IP to do it with 1,000 shows. Yeah.
And beautiful cards too. They've got like wanted poster variants and all kinds of cool stuff.
Not to we've got a really cool final video here. Do you want to set up this aquarium video, or do you want me to?
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
So this is a full aquarium build, and the way he builds this up, I think, is really instructive, especially for reptile keepers, because the kinds of things he's using. He's using bags of dirt. They're cloth bags of soil that he's using to create some of this terrain in the back. And what that's great for is that he can use plants and stuff. He can actually grow the plants out of those bags of soil. Let's see what he's doing here.
I feel like that is everything. I think that looks absolutely great. The detail is insane. It looks a bit funny with these patches, but like I say, they're all going to be filled in with epiphytes. So no, I'm not going for ferns or anything like that, but it's going to be a lot of mosses and things covering these whole areas, which I think that look really cool. In the background, though, we're going to have a lot of Vallisneria going all the way along, like it's sweeping, like it's kelp in the sea. So Vallisneria, big, heavy root feeder.
So that's a freshwater tank, obviously, but what's really interesting to me about this is that I don't want to give it away, but this already says it here in the video, the crashed plane tank. So you got to watch the whole video to see it. Link is in the description below. But it's, I guess, it's a little on the money lately with all the planes that have been crashing, but it's got an old crashed tank, like an old one in the tank, whatever, a crashed plane in the tank. I can't
know what you mean.
But check it out. It's a really amazing build.
Yeah, for me, I can really, when I watched this, I could see like the visionary that this guy really is. Like, I don't have that kind of talent to visualize exactly how an end product's going to look. and have that kind of expertise.
Let me just show you. So it's like an old fighter plane. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
And then does he do the final reveal with water?
Food, they've got an aeroplane, everything they need.
Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. And here are some final shots of the fish in the tank for any of you that want to watch it.
Yeah. Coral guys, fish tank building, like those guys are always amazing to me. True artists.
Nikki's got another link in chat. Here's another video we wanted to share, but the author doesn't allow clipping. So I played just enough music to get us a nice copyright claim, which is nice.
That's all right. They ain't gonna bother us none.
All right. So those were our videos for the week. Everybody send us your links. And by us, I mean Nikki.
Yeah. Yeah, if there's something you want us to feature, send them to Nikki. Nikki will figure it out like she always does.
And you know the drill. After this, you got to go to Hair Down Friday on the Whiskey Bomb Network. You never know in advance what they've got planned, but it's always great. So check out that. And then tomorrow, what do we have? Don't you guys have in your circle tomorrow?
No. Our guest is under the weather, like many people right now. So that will be postponed till next week.
Okay. And then what about Sunday?
Ooh, I'm not sure who's on, but there will be a Show Me Your Rack.
Nikki, save us. Tell us who's going to be on Show Me Your Rack and what time it is.
I know they just recorded with Sammy the Bull, but I'm not sure that will be the next episode.
Okay.
Sammy is coming up for sure.
Sweet.
Which is going to be great. Sammy's always great.
Sweet.
I like to keep everybody in suspense.
Sure.
You're just going to have to tune in to see who's on.
Keep an eye on social media so they can announce it and so you can see the announcement. Also, make sure that you're watching, that you're signed up for EPIC, the Exotic Pet Industry Conference. You've probably all seen something about it by now. Go to epic.live and register. It's free. It's on April 4th, starting at 6 p.m. Central. And it's a bunch of topics that we're going to cover with a bunch of speakers in a 3-hour jam session, and it's going to be amazing. So we've got a lot of people talking on a lot of topics, over 5 tracks, 15 sessions, and then a keynote that we'll all attend at the end. We're getting hundreds of signups in advance. Just really excited about it. Looking forward. It's in 4 weeks, using the new math, a little more than 4 weeks. So it's going to be great. Looking forward to seeing you all there. It's really coming together. The team's doing great, and we're starting to promote it heavy. You're going to see a lot of ads on your favorite podcasts over the next 4 weeks. All right. Anything else from you, Kurt?
Nope. Thanks for everybody being here. You're all beautiful people, and we'll see you next time.
Awesome.
Later.